resent their parents for it, resent their family members for it, don't understand why it happened in the first place. Like right now, our daughter has not. It's been a year, and she's 6 years old. She is very smart. She's very intuitive. She knows that things aren't the same as they were a year ago. She knows mommy and daddy don't sleep in the same bed. She even knows mommy and daddy don't sleep under the same house. But
Right.
we never have to deal with uh, weird stuff like questions about whether or not we love her or questions about whether or
Right.
not we're a family. Like she even refers to us as a family still, and she's well aware that we're a family unit, and we are. For what it's worth, we are a family. We're just not married to one another, and that's a
Right.
weird thing. That's like there's
It,
no way you could tell somebody, hey, I'm divorced, but my wife, my ex-wife, and my child, we're a family. Like
right.
we're still a family. We're just not a family day in day out living under the same roof. But when we're together, we're a family.
Right, and that's why I can't judge it, man. Like, I really think that's cool that she's staying there because I'm telling you, like, you tell your situation to somebody inside nine out of 10 people in Walmart and they call it weird. You know, they're like, oh, your ex-wife staying with your parents, whatever, like that. Like you said, if you dive into their life, she probably have a baby daddy that she doesn't like, and she
Oh
keep
yeah.
that child away from her father because she doesn't like him.
Oh yeah, 100%. All of
But that's not weird
their
though
individual
to them.
experiences get infused into the situation. I mean, what you're talking about here is essentially how misinformation and how a reality gets warped and shifted based on somebody's perspective of it and
Right.
their opinion and their experience of it. And it's not until, honestly, bro, it's not until somebody does it a way that it works unorthodox to where people can digest it like that. It's like, uh, see, I scratch my head a lot of the time and I like ask myself because I understand the whole lead by example principle and man in the mirror principles and all that and like just live your life and do it your way and do it righteously and then that'll be setting the example that you need. I get it. But I always want to shortcut that when it comes to like the effect that it has on the bigger picture. And it's like if I walked into like a if I became a marriage counselor, for example, and I told people how it went with me, could they literally replicate it? Could they insert like that style of approach to a divorce? Like I would ask them, do you still love the person that your wife is, or do you just resent her to the point you never want to see her again? It's like
Right.
different because people get divorced for different reasons, and I'm sure there's people out there who have separated for the reasons that my wife and I separated, which is we fell out of love with one another, and we knew that neither of us was going to budge when it comes to what it took to get back to that. So
Right.
I mean, people grow apart for that reason, but it doesn't mean that you don't enjoy spending time with them. You don't enjoy being around them with your daughter. So there's a lot that can be worked with,
Oh yeah, 100%.
and that's it's like, do you lead by example quietly, or are you vocal about it, or do you try to like assert a little bit of like this might be a better way than most people go about it?
Right. Right.
Because then if you start doing that, people look at you and they're like, oh, he's an egomaniac, narcissist, or oh, he just wants to be authoritarian. Like, no.
Right.
Like, society wants to be an authoritarian on a
No,
lot of
yeah.
this stuff. Yeah.
That's the authoritarian right there.
Yeah,
Society.
man. Yeah. It's like misery loves company, bro. For real. If people make the bad choices, they don't want to know that you made better ones.
Right. And
It's
exactly
very tough to
why
digest. Yeah, unless
exactly
they
why
have
we
the
talked about
person.
negativity get higher views.
Yeah, man.
Pe-
Yeah,
People
that's
love seeing
exactly
other
right.
people fuck up, which is to be the total opposite. You should love seeing people winning.
Yeah, this is you're turning the phrase, the old adage, "ignorance is bliss," on its head. Like the actual bottom line of ignorance, like the really dumb ignorance, not the intelligent ignorance, but the not the Socrates who says, I know nothing, therefore
Right,
I
right,
know
right,
all.
right.
Not that kind of ignorance, but the Bottom line ignorance, you just explained it. Like, the reason they think ignorance is bliss is because look around. Like, it pays to be dumb.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You got all the friends in the world when you're making mistakes.
Right.
Because everybody's making mistakes. So
They're just like me.
bro, you fit right in. Making mistakes, making decisions.
Right.
Obsessed with streaming television and buying stuff. Yeah, you fit right in. It's easy for you to walk into a club and meet any girl you want. Hey, I love shopping. I spend this amount. I work 9 to 5. I eat fast food, and then I come out here and I dance. Oh, you're just like me.
Right.
Let's go get a hotel after this.
Right.
That's all people want. And for what it's worth, there ain't nothing wrong with that. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying I'm gonna elevate it.
Right. Right.
Go about it differently, and people are gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah, because like you said, I mean, you said one time you can take the most basic conversation, elevate it to something intelligent. You know, just people are just afraid to go to that next level.
Oh yeah, bro. That's our conversations, my whole podcast. It's around that. The name of the podcast is Meandering because literally we start off with some bullshit in the real world.
Elevate the fuck out of it, huh?
And then by the end of the conversation, we're talking about like core elements of bullshit, and we're talking about like the reasoning behind the string, you know?
Right.
String theorizing mixed with reverse engineering, like actual situations, the material world. It's crazy.
Right. It's easy to do something stupid and laugh and be like, oh, that was stupid, but it takes more brain power to understand why that is stupid.
Yeah. We're essentially the therapists of the universe.
Right.
Or this planet. Humanity.
Right.
We haven't worked our way up to the bigger picture quite yet. Every episode. But every episode, we at least have some dumbass human behavior to assess.
Right. I mean, dumb behavior is I believe is a necessity, man. Like
Man, absolutely.
yeah, like sometimes I do get a mental drain out of like. No, I really can't say thinking too much because when we have our conversation, I really don't even have to think really that deep. It just comes natural. We just on that plane. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if I'm learning something and it's all intellectual, I need that break.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't read books, philosophy books all day, every day for like a week.
Right.
But I have a dedicated 2 to 3 hours of reading time where I'm just like in that zone. When I get in the car, I'll throw on some YouTube lectures sometimes from people who live in the business. But then I'll go to like Young Jeezy.
Right.
Because I'm like, yeah, I can't do this Plato allegory of the cave dissertation shit for too much longer, man. My head's gonna explode, or I'll get tired. Like I have a gauge for it. But isn't that interesting? Like other people's gauges for it and their tolerance of it, it's like 1 minute, 2 minutes.
Right.
Like you throw my podcast on in front of people, they'll get bored with it very quickly, very quickly.
Right.
I like that though because that lets me know where they're at.
Right. You can gauge them.
That lets me know. Yeah, bro. It's like exactly. This is long term. One of the like used to be a secret, but it's not a secret anymore. I've told my audience and I've told my co-host. I'm like, I want to create a spectrum for like via the show and the content of the show. I want to create a spectrum for consciousness as far as like being able to analyze it from an analytical perspective. And I think we could do that from the conversations we have, the people we invite on, our audience, whether it grows or not or declines.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff you could do with the data that you get that lets you analyze the state of people.
Yeah.
Mentally.
I had the same thing with my fucking ex, man. Like I understood. She didn't she don't want to read about my philosophy shit. She don't want to read about quantum physics. I'm like, cool, but she was a teacher, and I brought her a podcast that was about Common Core fair, you know, on both sides, whatever like that. And I was like, it's just a 30-minute debate, and she teaches Common Core. After about 10 minutes, she was like YouTubing like some Kardashian shit. I'm like, okay, I see where you at, because I tried to like spoon feed her into it, you know, like this is your topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
think I've talked to you about this maybe like a year or two ago. But if you talk to somebody about what their wheelhouse is, and you keep like your wheelhouse active and activated. So let's say like a famous podcaster, and his podcast is all about music or something like that. You can you if you're smart enough and wise enough, you can pick a topic that has some of the same core fundamentals. Like if you want to research um, apathy, or you want to research a concept that's like deep philosophically, or anxiety or depression or something like that.
Right.
You can say, and your friend is the podcaster who knows all the music stuff, and he's not really interested in psychology or anything, but you want to have that conversation with him. You can say, hey, did you hear about Miley Cyrus? She just had like she came out on social media and was talking about how she's like depressed and how it's affecting her music. So you can get them activated in their wheelhouse, but you listen. It's really a win-win.
Right.
You listen as if you're listening for your wheelhouse. You don't have to listen to them talking about their profession. You can listen with ears that like hear it on a different level, you know?
Right.
Yeah. It works that way, bro. It fucking works all the time. That's why I enjoy conversations with you so much, is because I don't have to listen differently than like when I'm having a conversation with myself or contemplating the thing with myself. Like, that's why the conversation is very fluid, because when you reach like-mindedness, where the consciousness is on such a similar plane, and the interests and the like the ability and the knowledge is just on your level, you don't have to press pause. You don't have to
You don't.
say, did you get that? Did you understand that? Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes I'll say, you know what I mean, just because I'm talking about like I want confirmation. Like, you get what I'm saying, right?
Right.
Yeah, bro. So be like that, man. That's how shit works. That's how shit works. Yeah, maybe I want like the rest of the world, people that I know and shit, to be like, yeah, I get what you're saying, dog.
Right.
God forbid. Because I get what they're saying.
Yeah. I can multiply what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I read a great quote in my book that I'm reading. Oh, it said something about leadership. It said a great leader. It was actually quite humbling. It said a great leader can see his leadership in the world around him. He doesn't need to talk about it. He doesn't need to let people know that he's done this or done that. So
Right.
it's contradictory with my ego, because my ego wants like the recognition or the awareness that like, yeah, Sasha, you helped me with this talk about depression, and when you were on the podcast and you talked about the way you handled the situation with your wife, man, it helped so much.
Right.
I want that. Like, part of me wants
The
that
feedback.
to know for the right reasons. Like,
Right.
I want to know that I helped. But you don't really have to. You don't have to.
Right. And you'd be surprised, man, like how many people you help out and you don't hear shit from them at that moment, and then like 2 or 3 years later they're like, man, you have no clue how much you affected my life. You almost like, bitch, why you didn't tell me then, you know?
You could have affected my life.
Right.
Sure, man. That's why. Well, but isn't it interesting? Because take a relationship like ours, a friendship like ours, we do let each other know, like,
Oh yeah.
in real time.
In live. Right.
So I think what it has to do is it has to do with the like-mindedness again. I
Yeah.
think that if you're on somebody's level of understanding, comprehension, and maybe unconsciously, the people who aren't there yet, they know that I was just about to tell my wife this actually on a text message, because she sent me some pictures of our daughter playing in the park today, and she just looked so happy and so like just loving life. And I'm like, man, we really have a beautiful kid. She does not understand how beautiful she is, but she's just really beautiful. And I try to tell her every day, and of course she responds with like, no, Daddy, don't tell she's at that stage where
Right.
anything I say, and that's how it works. If we were told maybe by people how much we've helped them over and over and over and over again, I think we'd kind of be like, yeah, I know.
Right.
You don't need to tell me. I know. I get it. Like my daughter probably knows from the first time I told her she's like the most beautiful girl to me in my eyes, and from my perspective of things, like the guy, the dad on the subway who talks about his daughter. That's the same way I talk to my daughter about like just her spirit and the way that she makes me
Cool,
feel.
man. That's really good.
She probably got it the first time, so I don't need to.
Right.
Affirmation every once in a while is good, but evolving affirmation is interesting too. Like ascending affirmation. Like I've let you know you're a great friend. I enjoy our conversations.
Oh, same here.
I haven't let you know like, hey, you're probably a really smart businessman, bro, and you can taught me a lot of stuff just through conversation that I could probably use. So it's like finding new ways of thanking people for their friendship and for who they are.
And what I think about, what I love about our conversations is that, let's say if I'm talking to someone, I won't say dumb, just less conscious of things, or not that it's not as intelligent, whatever. I don't like downing people. It's like when I tell them something profound, they're like, wow, and they just stop, and then they just like take, like, you can digest what I tell you, and then you can add something to it.
Oh, yeah.
That you take it for granted, but that's not very common.
Bro, you're spot on. If you do this, you like record our conversations. If you recorded our conversations and played it back for an audience that was being honest about what was being discussed, like there's not many places they could just like chime in and say this and that. And no,
Right.
I hear this actually from I hear this from our audience sometimes. That's how most podcasts work. Most podcast audiences are like, I really enjoy the podcast because, you guys get me so engaged that I'm like, oh, I wish I was there. I wish I could talk. I wish I could have chimed in on this topic. But then you bring them on, they don't talk a lot because the flow of the conversation, the elevated sort of state of mind that you have to be in to keep it going, at least on our program, and like what it's trying to do, you got to talk like we talk on the phone.
Right. It has to be ready knowledge versus I think I heard. Let me Google something about this. I think I heard something about this. It's
Yeah, I like that term, ready knowledge. I like that.
yeah, because people always, you talk to someone, huh?
I'm gonna use that term.
Ready knowledge.
I'm gonna use that tonight on our date. Wow, you're so smart. Like I got a lot of ready knowledge.
Right, and it's like you and I are both equipped with like a fucking assault rifle with like 1,000 rounds in that bitch. Some people got a little pop gun. Every now and then you hear pow, and then they can take forever to reload.
Yeah, man, Google got him taking the eyes. I remember there was a lyric in a rap song. I think it was way back in the day. I think Jay-Z said it. He said, "The source got motherfuckers thinking they high." because the magazine was like giving rappers 5 mics and 4 mics.
Right.
Yeah, it's like Google got people
Thinking they-
shit, bro.
I got a friend just like that, man.
It's so easy because you could say something to your buddy and you'd be like, oh, let me Google that, and then it could be like 40% of what you were saying. Be like, see, I told you.
Right.
There was an earthquake. I do it sometimes. I'm like, when I'm talking about historical events. I'm like, on the show, I'm like, oh, there's an earthquake in Haiti in like 1997. It was like a 7.6, and then I'll pull up the wiki article, and it's like earthquake in Haiti in 1996, and it was a 7.3. And see, I'm like,
Right.
People do that with knowledge, and I don't know that knowledge is subjective all the time.
Yeah. But I did find something that's pretty fucking to me. I mean, I hope you could downplay this because so far it's been fucking mind blowing. But let's say you have your phone on you? Like,
I do. Well, I'm talking on it, and my phone has this weird thing where it doesn't allow me all the time to look stuff online. I don't know.
Oh, okay, well, never mind. Or just a picture. Like go through your photos.
Okay.
Pick up any photo. Give a photo of your daughter or something like that. All right, so like if you look at the picture, like it's something close, and look for a picture of something like close and maybe like a tree far away, right?
Okay.
So inside your head, you're like, okay, this person is close to me, and that building or tree or car, whatever, is like way back there. But in reality, it's all flat, right?
Huh?
You get what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, as far as the perspective is concerned,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, with the pixels, right? I mean, this is not where I'm going. That's pretty much common, It's just that your brain interprets this depth perception that's not really there because everything is flat, right?
Okay.
So my thing was, I was been watching this dude named Robert Spiro. I want to say his name is on YouTube. He's very highly on consciousness. He says if you're looking through your glass, let's say like, what are you in right now? You in a car or
No,
something?
I'm in a Target. I will be in the car in a
Oh, it
second.
doesn't matter. But let
Conversations are scary, bro, because it's 9:35, bro. I'm gonna be late, but it's all good. Keep going. I gotta go in like 5 minutes though.
Okay, yeah, yeah. This is gonna be done real quick. But if you think of, he said take seeing, because I just want to use that as a reference on your phone. If you put your
Okay.
finger in front of your face and then you look at a back wall in Target, in your brain, everything is happening right there behind your eyes.
Okay. Yeah.
Because the thing is, you're getting feed information. Everything is happening within your brain, so everything is kind of like, I don't know. I can't.
Yeah. No. No. I get what you're saying. It's similar to the Grand Theft Auto thing we was having earlier. It's like the way the brain processes things. It, it's different than our conscious processing and as it's happening. Like our brain has depth perception, sure, but we don't. We're not in control of it. The brain had that before. Like we didn't. Well, maybe not quite what you're saying, but it's similar. I get what you're going with.
It's just crazy that everything is happening. All your perception of seeing is happening with inside of your brain, but one seems further away than the other, even though it's all happening within like a movie screen, flat within inside of your head.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
it
it's kind of crazy, man.
it it,
I'm gonna need to sleep on that one. That's
it
gonna give me some crazy dreams for sure.
and
What you
the
just said, yeah.
the dream perspective is also crazy as well because this is like I said, like you're every person inside of your dream. You're the car you're driving. This is all your consciousness creating this. And like well, I know you have to
Well,
go
you're making it
within like
the way
5 minutes.
it seem, and I've never really crunched this, but maybe in our dreams we do get a glimpse of what it's like to be God.
True, because you're the full consciousness. You created everything there.
Yes, and and the reason why like we can't be it consciously is because our dreams show us like look, man, like I don't even have control. In my dreams, I don't have a conscious grasp yet of like when I'm dreaming, I'm like I want to fly right now.
Right.
Like I can't do it. I can't turn on the I want to fly button when I'm in dream mode. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. So that lets me know, well, shit, you
But
gotta really
the
you
dope
gotta reach
shit
for a center consciousness.
the dope shit about that consciousness is that let's say you're inside of a lucid dream, you're aware of it, right? And let's say you can turn on the fly button, right? You're inside Target. Next thing you know, you start flying inside of your dream, inside Target, right? And then everyone looks at you with an amazing, like, wow, this fucker is flying. Like how the fuck is he doing it? But in reality, you are every person down there that's looking at you.
Yeah. And also, you wouldn't know because you have no perspective of yourself.
Right, and you don't have it's crazy. You don't have the perspective of the people down there that's looking at you in amazement, even though that person is you. Like people
Hey, bro.
speak.
Nah, it's happening some crazy stuff because, so okay, like 3-4 years ago, right? I was a little heavier. I weighed like 230 pounds, 225. Now I'm down to like 185,
Oh, cool.
187. Yeah, so I dropped about 30, 40 since COVID. But along the way, I looked in the mirror and all my closest friends who see me on like a regular basis or at least once, twice, 3 times a week, none of them have noticed they've known they've seen the difference and all that, and they're like, yeah, you lost some weight. But when I say, like, man, I look crazy different in pictures, they don't believe me. And then I show them the picture, and they're like, I see it, but it's not as much as you think. The difference isn't as much as you think. But with me, the difference is starkingly there because I have a full perspective of what I look like then versus what I look like now. They only saw me like maybe once a day, twice a day. So their like view of the thing is limited to a certain degree.
Dude, you just flipped the whole game on that one.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, you look at old pictures of yourself, and it might surprise you for a little bit, but then you consciously put yourself back in your shoes. Like I thought I was in good shape, and I thought I was skinny like 3-4 years ago. But then I look back, and I'm like, holy cow, I was way overweight. But then my friends who knew me then, who didn't see me every day, they're like, no, you weren't.
bruh, you're on a different dimension because I ran the opposite. Because when I was, let's say, like I was like 200, right? And I started lifting weights when I started hitting the weights hard, whatever, like that. I seen myself every single day, so I never really noticed the transition in my muscle mass. But everyone else was saying, "Man, you're fucking huge. Like you have like big muscles." But yours was the opposite to where your friends felt you were the same and you felt you were different.
100%.
Wow.
Well, okay, so think about it from a child. It works the same way with a child. Like my daughter has grown so much, but I don't say that every day.
Right.
Like I don't say, "Oh my God, you've grown so much," and she's growing every day. The reason she's grown so much is because she's growing every day. It's not
Right.
just one day she had a growth spurt. There's not one day where she just put on like 8 inches of height. She's
Right.
growing every day. But from my perspective of it, I don't acknowledge it until maybe consciously until I focus on it.
Right.
Maybe that's when it changes everything. And you know, people aren't. There's this old quote that says, I think some philosopher said this. He's like, you learn to relax a lot more in life when you realize that not everybody is thinking. That very few people are thinking about you.
Oh my God, I live by that daily.
Yeah, man.
Bruh.
It's just like such a small percentage
Bruh.
that you cross the mind of. Like, hey, the honest truth is like, bro, when I get off the phone, I go into date mode. I'm gonna think about this conversation. It's gonna have a subconscious effect, but I'm not gonna be like, man, I wonder what Jared's doing right now.
Right. Well, the thing is,
I'm doing that all night long. Like 3 or 4 hours, I'll be like, hey, I wonder if he's busy or if he's up for a phone call. But like, people who have ego mindsets and like let their ego drive them, they think they're the center of the universe, and they think quite differently than that, and so they process things. And it wasn't until I've never really been that bad in that like attention-seeking way. I really don't seek attention out at all.
right.
But I did think like that sometimes, you know, being the life of the party or something like that.
No, I get that. But when I read it, they added on something to it because people are always thinking that, oh my God, I'm walking inside of Target, whatever like that. People are looking at me. The thing is, that lady or that man, whatever like that, wore some shoes that they probably wouldn't have ever worn, or like a T-shirt, and they're more worried about themselves, thinking that other people are thinking about them. So they're thinking about themselves so much they don't even have time to think about you.
Yeah, bro. That's crazy because that drops the ego. You know, when people stare at me in public, I'm like, God damn, stop staring. Motherfucker. Even if I see somebody like driving in a car and they stare at me, bro, why are you staring at me? I would never stare at you.
Right.
In my car, maybe they're looking at the tires on my car.
Right.
Maybe they're assessing, you know, they saw somebody they knew or something like that. Yeah.
Dude, I had almost that exact same.
I'm just in Target and I'm having this conversation on the phone while I'm in the checkout line. Motherfuckers was walking by staring at me, bro.
Fuck them.
What the fuck? What's he smoking? I need this guy's connect.
I had that almost same exact ego thing when you're talking about outside the car. When I had my Tahoe, they had a guy in the Escalade who pulled up next to me at the red light, and he looked at me. Well, we were leaving out of a parking lot where 2 people could leave at one time, one left, one right. He looked at my Tahoe, and he gave like a nod. And in my head, I was like, that nigga think he better than me because he got an Escalade and I got a Tahoe. In that nigga head, he was probably like, man, that's a nice ass Tahoe.
Yeah, we do this all the time, right? Like, why does it have to be the negative?
The negative side, right?
Yeah, we go to the negative, and I do it too now that I think about it. And you know, here I am, and we criticize it on a bigger picture, which we should. That's okay, we can do it. But on a microcosmic picture, like I just got done saying, like, well, I drive around, and I can't stand when people look at me, and when they stare at me, strangers that I don't know. But I'm like, I always jump to the negative. I'm like, this motherfucker's staring at me because he doesn't like, or he's judging me, or he's, and you know, in some cases that may be true.
Right.
In some cases, you know, if I walk into Target with my pants sagging down to my knees and shit, people are gonna stare at me because I'm being disrespectful.
Right.
If I walk in and I know I'm wearing like
The proper attire.
it's respectful and all that, I don't think people like I don't understand why people would stare at that point. Like, but at the same time, it's like, hey, if I see a good-looking girl, I want her to stare at me.
Right.
But it's like 38-year-old Mexican dude. I don't want that to stare.
The fuck you looking at? I totally get it, man. Yeah, but the thing about it is, man, when you stare at someone, it's so limited. It's almost like a dream. Because I remember driving to the gym and had this guy wearing these bright red pants, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I looked at this nigga for about 2 or 3 seconds, you know, and then I made it to the gym. I forgot this nigga even existed, right? Then, like 2 or 3 days later, I was driving to the gym again. I seen the same dude inside the same red pants. I had to trigger myself to even remember I seen this dude before, you know?
Wow.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it's so, like, it's, when somebody stare at you, it won't be remembered forever, but people think inside their heads, like 2 weeks later, oh my God, that lady that see me wearing those fucking Crocs, she's probably judging me right now to her friends. That lady probably forgot you even fucking existed, bro.
Yeah. That's crazy. Man. All right. Well, this was a fantastic conversation that I don't think
Nope, but it's all recorded.
I like it. AC is crazy, bro, because every time we get on the phone, I forget about the recording. And I love that because I feel like if you know you're being recorded,
You act differently. But and what I do is I turn on my iPad, I hit record, and I put it under a pillow, so I forget half the time that it's even fucking recording. It's not like I'm looking at my phone seeing recording because it's being recorded on my iPad and not on my phone in front of my face.
but it's also the nature of the conversation. Like you said, there's a certain way that we talk to one another where I'm not asking you to posture. I'm not tapping into your ego very often. I'm not like, hey, now tell me more about why we're so much better. Tell me more.
Right.
There's nothing that I'm subconsciously like
Trying to flex.
getting to. Yeah, I'm not trying to flex with you, and I'm not trying to get you to flex either. I'm trying to have a conversation where technically we flex together in our knowledge and our wisdom, and I'm like, okay, so how do we learn about what we're talking about even more than what we're talking about?
Right. And I like the fact that we even admit our ignorance when we don't know something fully. We're like, this is how I feel, you know?
Yeah, that's important, bro.
Oh, definitely important.
All right, man. I'm gonna go do this little date thing.
Have fun, bro. Where y'all going? I'm being nosy.
45 minutes. I don't maybe just a restaurant.
Okay.
She got off work at 9:30, so I got to pick somewhere that's open, a restaurant with live music. And who knows after that? I don't know.
I'm living vicariously through you, man, because I wish I was going on a date.
I'll let you know how it goes.
If you want to wear a neck chain and video chat the whole time, I'll go on y'all date with y'all.
Oh,
Nah, I'm just fucking with you, bro. Shit like that.
a little camera. Yeah, I'm gonna turn that shit off at 11:30.
All right, bro. Have fun, man.
Hey, the
Truman Show.
Like, yeah, that'd be dope, bro. All right, man. Always a pleasure. I'll talk to you next.
All right, always love talking to you, bro.
All right, man.
Later.